That was beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, Dan. You killed it. Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. My name is Dave, and I'm so appreciative that each of you are here. I want to start by thanking Summit Tavern for hosting us tonight with the food and drink. Obviously, tip your servers well, please. I moved to Las Vegas 37 years ago, and I spent about 10 years on the corner of Centennial and Grand Canyon. Had 2 acres, raised a family and some horses, and really fell in love with the northwest part of Las Vegas. I have moved around the city in my 37 years, but I now live 2 blocks away on Russell and Bradley, which is very close to here. And my wife insisted on a new house recently, so 2 years ago we bought a new house, and the 2 of us love it here. To me, it's quieter than the rest of Las Vegas, which I really appreciate, and it's just a good neighborhood. Now, in the last 3 years, I watched our city hall pay a $635 million check for a settlement of a debacle that they themselves had caused. Now, they wrote that check seemingly with impunity, like it was their money. But that $635 million was not their money. That was our money. I mentioned to a few of you that really disappointed me. And rather than throw my slipper at the TV or stomp around the house, what I decided to do is I'm going to reach out to my neighbors, and I'm going to run to try to make a difference in our city. Carolina and I, we have our burial plots in Palm Mortuary already paid for. So Las Vegas is not only a 37-year home to me, it's also where I expect to spend forever. So I'm 100% committed to Las Vegas. I've seen our city struggle while we've seen Henderson go through a little bit of a boom. We even have seen North Vegas go through a little bit of a boom, but the city of Las Vegas has remained stuck. And from my perspective, the city doesn't see that it's the city that is the problem, that is stymieing and making things difficult. And I believe that our city needs to become more efficient. It needs to become more responsive. I'm going to tell you my background. When I moved out here in 1987, I took a job at a health insurance company called Sierra Health Services. And I really grew up there. I worked there for 19 years, did the Leadership Las Vegas program while I was at Sierra. I became the CEO of several of their HMOs and their insurance companies, and I learned a tremendous amount, and I fell deeply in love with our city. Oh, thanks very much for bringing more food. In 2005, I had my last drink in McCarran Airport. I got a Bloody Mary before I got on a flight, and I went to a place, and I have not had any drug or any drink since that time. My friends know me as a guy who is 20 years clean and sober. And in that, it really helped me frame my life different. I very regularly ask, what could I do to help the people around me, as opposed to back when I was drinking, where I generally tried to help myself. And that's another part of the reason. That reframing is part of the reason that I'm running to help our city. I've seen our current city council people recently raise parking fees. I've seen them try to raise taxes. I've seen them engage in this settlement. And I want you to know that I won't do or I won't support any of those things. I think Las Vegas has an affordability crisis. I have a 23 and a 24-year-old son. And when I moved to Vegas, when I was 24 years old, I bought my first house by Lorenzi Park. Home ownership was achievable for me. It is not really achievable for my 23 and 24-year-old kids. And I think it's important that our city starts doing some things to try to make housing, purchasing housing, more of a reality for working people. Addressing housing, addressing government efficiency, not raising taxes are key parts of my platform. Another one is that 8 years ago, I was as frustrated with the homelessness crisis that was hitting our city. And again, rather than throwing my slipper at the TV, I got up and I opened a nonprofit called Vegas Stronger. I'm happy that there's a bunch of team members. Who's from Vegas Stronger here today? Thank you very much for the Vegas Stronger team. There's 130 people that work there right now, and we help between 50 and 75 people a week get off the streets. And we recognize that when they're on the streets, they're not on the streets because they want to be free or they want to be left alone. I recognize that they are struggling. Most of them are sick people who need health care. They need integrated behavioral health. They need substance use treatment. They need psychiatric care. And I'm grateful that I have a team. We have a team of 5 psychiatric prescribers and 85 licensed clinicians that help each human who walks in our door each day. I have noticed in the last 3 years, the unhoused have moved into Ward 6. And that was something that didn't happen just 5 years ago. Hi, Dave. Glad you made it. I'm adamant that we should not have homeless people in Ward 6. We should get each one of them immediate help, and it is not something that we should allow them to set up a cardboard hut or something. It is a crisis when it happens in this ward, and we need to immediately address it. And I vow to do that as well. I'm going to reduce homelessness. I'm not going to raise taxes. I'm going to help address our affordability crisis, and I'm going to make our government more efficient. Thank you. Thanks, Tom Collins. Appreciate you kicking that off. And I'm honored that you're here. You know, Tom is a local legend. I'm also grateful that Dave Flippo is here, who's running for U.S. Congress. Thank you, Dave. It means a lot to me that you came. Unfortunately, making a difference in our city and helping get those things done is going to take some money, and it's going to take some work. And I'm 100% down for doing work. You will see me. I have scheduled events, a coffee every month. I have a dinner every month, and I'm going to be doing that up until the primary. I'm going to do it through the election. And then once, God willing, I get to serve, I'm going to continue doing that, because one of the things that I bring to the table is that I'm an accessible human. One of the things about running a company is I learned I do every email every night. I address every text. So constituent services or addressing, whether it's a pothole or a street light or some potential development in a golf course nearby, I want to remain available to be deployed on your behalf. Please make sure, Vanessa's here, and Vanessa, thank you very much for your help. She's got a sign-in sheet. please make sure you sign in. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank each of you for taking time, potentially away from your families or your evenings, to come and spend it to listen to me, Dave Marlon, speak. Your support would mean the world to me. My name's Dave Marlon. Thank you very much.